Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today, I'm gonna talk about Cyberpunk, a game I personally have been waiting for a long time, and I bet everyone has been waiting for a very, very long time just to play this game. And I'm gonna be talking about my first impression about the game, since I haven't gone too far in it. And an honest review will be when I'll be closer to the end of the game. So there's gonna be a second video coming up. I can't tell when or what time or whatever, but that's not important right now. So, as a lot of people know, the game came out buggy, and there has been some issues with also graphics and all that. And my first impression is the game is still very good. It's very much playable. Personally, I haven't encountered many issues, mainly only shadow glitches with hair. Let's take, for example, Misty, when you get the rain dance for the heist to get Johnny Silverhand's chip. The hair in the shadow seem to be just going all over the place, but that's for me that basically is nothing. Other things like some people not rendering in, it's same for consoles as I've seen. It also isn't that big of an issue. I personally am still happy that the game came out, that I might get to play it, and I personally still would say it was definitely worth the pre-order. And yes, I pre-ordered it quite a while back. I think a month or so before, closer to November, since, you know, it was at first like November 19th, it's gonna come out and all that. Yeah. The game itself, the gameplay and all that, is quite vast. I also enjoy the fact that you can walk around, talk to anyone, and sometimes even get some dialogue options based on your skills, and sometimes even on your perks you can manage to do a lot more. I like the fact that you can walk around and pet a cat, or the fact that however you choose to do everything in the game, it revolves around that. It revolves around the player, but it also revolves around the environment. And so far, I'm about 10 hours in the game, and personally saying, I don't really take the car to drive around. I walk around. I look around the environment, even go through the side alleys, look at the different gangs, police officers, and just people overall. See about the decorations, even look through every single ad that is there, just so I can see how much work has been put in. And a lot of people still hate on the game just because it came out buggy. Look from this side. The game came out playable. It's still fun to play. Yes, there's some bugs, like let's say some people not rendering in. For me, it's only one model of a car, and every now and then this one NPC on the street. But for me, it renders in within a second or two once I have looked at him. The car takes about 4 or 5 seconds to render in. Everything else is perfectly fine. The shadows, the lighting, the reflections, everything is basically pitch perfect. And the dialogue, especially the moment where Jackie gets killed, spoiler alert, where he dies in the cab, that kind of even played on emotion a lot. And it gives you dialogue options how to talk. It even allows you to choose where do you want to deliver Jackie's body. And I personally decided to deliver it to his family. Because, well, Jackie himself was a family man. So I choose to do that, and I realize how everything changed again in the game. Everyone, because I played this kind of ballsy V, right? So everyone kind of thought I was a dick or something. Well, at least the character. But once I did that, everyone already started looking a bit differently. And I personally chose the street kid path, since that seemed more intriguing. I'll still be playing the game through the Corpo and the Outlander and all that. I just wanted to play the street kid first. And I'd say it's still is quite good. The game is certainly much more playable than Fallout 76 on its launch. Many games, if you look these days, if you pre-order them, even going back when Heroes 7 came out, since I play a lot of Heroes, and this more comes from a friend who pre-ordered it, Wardos by the name. He pre-ordered it, expected, you know, a lot from the game, and since both of us have played the game since early childhood, we thought, holy shit, the game is gonna be, you know, quite good. You're finally making an installment on the game.
No introduction's necessary.
But once it came out, it was very buggy. You could not even really play online. I read about that. I even looked into detail that they cut out some factions, which are
Aye, Captain.
very good for the game. And then you look back at CYBERPUNK. They made this game basically next GTA game. It's still very much good. There's not much issues. Yes, some people might put so much expectations on the game as if fucking
Hey V, hop in for a sec.
Bin Laden himself will come from Atlantis and save the world. But no, it's
Good
just
thing
a
you're
fucking
here.
video game.
We going
And
in?
people have to understand that
Find us
they
a way
cannot put
inside.
such
I'll hang
high
back, scan the
expectations
subnet,
from a
see if there's any blueprints of
fucking
the
video
complex lying
game.
around. Join you as soon as I find something.
So
Let's link on Hollow.
I
till
personally decided to cut some slack for CD Projekt Red.
All right.
Because,
Going in.
well, first of all, the game came out. It was, yes, it was a flimsy launch, and since I had the game preloaded, I had to download the Day Zero patch, and it took a bit to actually download it, because some Steam servers were down for the game itself, so I had to wait a little longer. But when I actually managed to play it, and each patch they release, the game actually gets much smoother and everything. Now the game doesn't even stutter at some moments. Everything works fucking fine. So my verdict on this is the game is definitely worth the buy, especially if you're a fan of open world RPGs, more like first person, look through environments, explore as much as you can. There's even some fun, nice little Easter eggs in the game. I personally know only of one, but there's still so much more to find. There's
You still alive?
from Death Stranding
I'm
an
here.
Easter egg
Got no
in
time
the
to creep
police
around.
station. I'm not gonna say what it is. It's up to y'all to find. You can even find a whole tarot deck scattered through a city in graffiti. I personally only have found one card, which is the Magician, which is the second card. There's a lot to do, and if you expect that the game can be completed 100% in the first like 10-11 hours, I'd say you're wrong. You're playing the game wrong. Because this game is not supposed to be rushed through. It's supposed to be explored. You're supposed to also take some side quests. Just walk around, enjoy yourself. Go to clubs, have a drink, bond with people. Get into relationships, get love interests, For all I care, you can fuck hookers, get brain dances, spend all your money on weapons and weapon upgrades, cars. There's so many options that the developers have put in there. They have tried really hard, even on the diversity of Night City. So, it's all meant to be explored. Shit, even befriending gangs so they back you up, or be a one-man army merc which goes killing all of them and just go for street cred to the point where everyone is afraid of you. Basically, the game is like your tool to express yourself. In this game, you can really express yourself. Shit, you can even customize your dick size, girth, and everything else. You can upgrade yourself with cybernetics to the point you're not human anymore. You can even befriend Johnny Silverhand. Just be careful with what options you pick in dialogue, otherwise he'll hate your guts and kill you. And yeah. There's not much for me currently to say more about this, since I haven't gone too far into the game. But I wanted to get my first impression out, since a lot of people are giving it hate. Me, on the other hand, I'm showing nothing but love. This game is more than perfect.
Wait for me.
And I could say I wasn't putting expectations too high as other people, but I personally think it's perfect. You can play it, it's not too buggy, the story is amazing. There's basically
I'm here. We need
nothing
to get to level
game-breaking.
-2. Bet that's where they're keeping
At least I haven't found anything, and I am not trying to find and break the game.
that shirt.
So,
I know it.
yeah, those are my thoughts. This is my first impression.
Evelyn's?
And
Without a doubt.
I hope y'all understand that this is my personal opinion. Y'all could have a different one. It all is based on opinion. If you expect something outrageous from a video game to the point, let's say it brings your dead grandma back to life, well, that's on you. A video game is just meant to be played, have fun with. Maybe spend it a couple hours or an hour after work. That's all. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video of me just rambling on about a game that basically just released, my first impression, and maybe it even changed some of your thoughts. Leave that in the comments down below, and see you guys in the next video.